everybody, welcome to Lisa's Art Room. Today we're going to be working on my field notes junk journals. Hopefully we're going to finish these up for the most part. I'm not going to sew the signatures in on live, I don't think, on these because it's just too much. But I'm going to try to do some finishing touches, maybe put a little bit of embellishment on the sides of pages, and possibly get to a charm. Dangle, charm, whatever you want to call it. We're going to see. We're going to have to play it by ear because I don't know. I still have a lot to do. So I need to get them done. I try not to go this many lives on a journal. And this is number 14, so it's a lot. So let's get you guys pulled up. I see sound is okay. Thank you, Dawn, for letting me know that. See if I can find you guys on my other device here. Not yet. Hey, Bonnie. Hey, Lori. There it is. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this camera up top and get started. Focus. Come on. I think we're good. All right. So, working on these two journals. Hey, Kim. Let's see if I missed anybody. I don't think so. All right, so let's see. I made two little, I think, belly bands. I had this fabric that had the stamps on it. It's an off-grain fabric. It's really strange fabric, but this way it's on grain. So I went ahead and just tore a couple pieces out with particular stamps on here. Okay. And you girls will know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it out loud just in case you guys don't want to know, anyone else to know personal information like that. But you'll see what I'm talking about on those. And I'm going to turn them into belly bands. I put them on some, I had this I don't know, it's almost like a canvas fabric. It's an old fabric I've had for forever. But I thought that'd be fun. So let's figure out where to put them. I think I have an idea where I'm going to put them. There's not much room left. So I have that, and then I have those specimen cards. And Lori jumped in and gave me a little bit of an idea on how to do these. So I'm going to do, I think I kind of understood what she was saying, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to do something like what she said to me. Basically, she said to do like a flip out and attach them so you could see both. So I'm going to try to do that. So I might start with, I'm going to start with these because I want to get them in. And then I'm going to do that. Actually, that's going to go there too. So it's both on the same page because I think that's the best page. It needs to be a stiffer fabric, a heavier weight paper. Get the words out, girl. So on this pocket, I just went ahead and stuck this. I had a couple of these left for journaling space, and there's not much I can do with them. The texture is just so harsh that you can't really do much to the top of them. But they look cool, so, and the colors match, so I did that on both of them. So I just stuck them in there. They can be a journaling space. I don't think I did anything else off camera. I still need to figure out that tag. I did these on a backing. I think I had done one on camera, maybe. I'm not sure. And then I think the other one didn't come to the edge, but this one was long enough, so I just put this one to the edge. And I might put something here, or might not. I might just leave it for y'all, because sometimes people get their journals and they want to do a little bit themselves. So try not to do every single spot. Although I do have trouble controlling myself on that. All right, so there's that one. Let's set that over there. I did go ahead and put the eyelets in the corners. So those are ready for the dangles if I get to it. It would be nice if I could, but we'll see. Okay, there's hers. So I got both of those. They're the same, but I'm just going to stick them both up here for now. All right. That way I can glue this on here because it needs to dry. It takes forever to dry. So this one is Bonnie's. So this one's Bonnie's. I'm just going to make them a belly band. I think that's the best idea. I think I'll put it on there with probably Fabri-Tac. I'm debating. I'm debating on what will hold best to that. I don't know. Maybe art glitter. I'm not sure if Fabri-Tac holds better than art glitter or not. We'll do the Fabri-Tac because this is kind of thick. And I tried to fray all the edges. If I get my Fabri-Tac to cooperate. It's starting to get thick. After a while it gets thick and it gets slow. And then it becomes very annoying. You can add acetone to it and stir it up, but I try not to do that too much. Because I would imagine that the more acetone you add, the more it'll change the structure of it. Alright. Stringies. Let go. Alright, so put this on. It just barely fits the page. I think it might even stick over just a fraction. That's okay. And I'm probably going to clamp these. All right, let me find some clamps. Which ones I want? I think I'm going to use the little pink ones. Try to see what's on the other side. I don't want to leave an indentation, so I'm going to stick something there. This side won't leave an indentation because it's fabric. But these tend to leave little dot indentations. So I just have to kind of look at what's there and see if I'm worried about it. This one's fine, I think. This way, this will give this time to set up. All right, so there's that. That'll be cute. And the stamps on here go different directions. They alternate, or they're kind of random. Let me do the other one real quick, just so it can be drying. You know, I'm just going to take this section out. Well, I can tell by the stamps whose it belongs to, so. It's like, it'll be confusing without the cover on there, but I can tell because of the stamps. All right, so this one is Bonnie's. There we go. had a little container I made to keep this upside down, but it leaked so bad I decided I didn't like that option. Even with the pen in, it always leaked. I've got the little rubber caps too, and it still leaks. Still leaks no matter what. So, about there. Glue, glue, glue. I hear the doorbell. Hubby went to get them food. They're getting to eat steak and shake. I rarely eat out because I have way too many allergies. Which is so bizarre because in my younger years I had no allergies. Zero. And it wasn't until I was about 40, I started getting allergies to everything. Literally. Just about everything. I've gotten to where I can't hardly eat. It's quite annoying. Okay. Trying to clamp these right where I put the glue, hopefully. Alright, there. And then we'll set this one aside. Alright, so there's those. So what we're going to do with this, what is on there? Oh, that's the house spider one. You know, I'm going to add a clamp to this because I don't like it only on the top. Where to hide them? There. I'll use a paper clip on the side. I chose to just paper clip this in because that way it's removable. Alright, so there's that. So here's what we're going to do. So I started out with the piece was a little bit bigger, this background piece, and I cut it down smaller. And what I'm thinking is to have this on here so that, let me look at this direction. I'm going to try and decide the direction. I think it was this way. Yeah. Have this on here so that it can flip out. And then you can journal underneath. You could journal right here. And then I'm going to attach these to the bottom. So I got to figure out height-wise what will work and where I want to put it. I could put it there. I think about there. And then I'm going to attach it with maybe like washi or fabric. I think this page is, it's coffee dyed, but it's fairly sturdy. I think that'll work. And I'm just going to attach them with like, I think just brads. I don't think I want to, I don't know if I want to put eyelets or not. Maybe. Maybe I'll put an eyelet in there. Wonder if my little brads will work with that. Let me see which ones I want to put in there. That way it could be, technically it could be removed. But let's see. Which color? So probably these little ones. But I've got these little holes in there. But that would mean I'd put the bigger eyelet in. My little eyelets, when I try to use them, they do not work good at all. I do not like them. They never seat right. And I don't know why. They've got the, I think. Let me look at them. They might not have those little ridges. Yeah, they don't have the little ridges. If you buy the eyelets that have the little like notches on the bottom of them, they flare out better. Those, they don't flare for nothing. They always end up breaking or snapping or just, I don't know. I fight with them too much. So I don't think I'm going to use those. So if I put a big one, can I put that brad in it? Or will it be too loose? I think it'll be too loose. I don't know. Will it fall through there? My guess is it will. Not quite. It'll move around a little more, but I could do that. Or do I even need it? You know, do I even need the eyelet? Honestly, I don't have to have the eyelet. I might skip it and just put the holes. It is cardstock, and it's heavyweight cardstock, so. All right, so let's mark them. I'm going to do that. I think I'm okay with this position. I was debating on chopping off a little bit more and having it a little shorter. Maybe I will. I'm going to chop off one more. Row. Just debating which one I want to chop off. I kind of like the green. I think I'll do this one maybe. Yeah. All right, we'll do that. Sorry, I'm still thinking because I really hadn't planned this. You were 19 before your first allergy? I'm going to go there. I'll do the same thing on this other one, so that although I don't know if they're exactly the same. They might not be. It's very possible they're not, but I'm going to try to get them about the same. I can't remember. I feel like the things don't quite line up, but I can get similar. That's pretty close right there. Is that the right direction? Yeah. All right, I'm going to do this one. I'll do it right there. Right, so this is Dawn's. We'll save that. Let's see, Dawn's back on hers. Alright, so I'm just going to stick these on here on the bottom. Which way was I going? This way? So I want to mark it, I think, first. I don't know how I'm going to attach them. What do you think? Should I use the muslin? Should I use, probably muslin would hold best. Can you see that? Oh, I can't see that at all. Find another pencil. How about this one? Can you see that one? Yeah. All right. I think that's where I want my holes. I'm debating if I want to put the attachment first. I think I'm going to have it flipped this way, because this way would go into the signature and it makes it more difficult. So I think I want to flip this way. Let's see, what can I attach it with? Fabrics. I'm trying to remember what I have here. I have a lot of this. I might do that. What? Oh, I gotta grab another piece because that's got a purpose already. Where did I hide it? Oh, where did you hide it? from the floor. Oh, hold on. I can't reach it. Just gotta grab some fabric. Okay. So I'm just gonna use this. Try to find an edge I've been tearing. I think this is the edge I've been tearing. Shouldn't take too much. All right, throw you down there. Usually I'll throw these on the table and wet them, but I can't do that right this second. Do I need this out? How many do I need? I need 4. I don't know which color I picked, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to throw a bunch up there so I can get this out of my way. Okay. Yeah. Usually I will take this and wet it just a little bit with the spray bottle and flatten it out. But if I do that right now, then I have to wait for it to dry, so I can't do that. So I'm just going to try and get it somewhat flat. When you tear these thin strips, they always want to curl up on you. I'll probably be able to flatten it once I glue it. Alright, it's just not gonna. Alright, hold on. Where's my spray bottle? I'm just gonna spray it really lightly. Just enough to hopefully be able to get that to lay. Open enough to glue it. It's really not cooperating, is it? Flatten out. Oh, why I have these giant scissors? Alright, just flatten out enough for me. Just need a little piece. Yay. And then there, I got it mostly flat. Okay. So we're going to glue that on there. I think I'll use our glitter because it'll dry faster. I need to get my lid back in my Fabri-Tac though. Where did my pen go? Oh, there it is. Wow. I think my blood sugar's low. I can't hit the hole. Glue. There you are. Okay, am I the right way? Yeah. The holes are right there. They're barely visible, but they're there. It'll be okay under the tag, so shouldn't be an issue. Am I putting this on the right side? Yeah, I think so. Thinking out loud, guys. It's sometimes challenging. I'm debating where I want the fabric. I don't think I want it under. I'm debating if I want it under. Maybe. It'll be more bulky that way. I think it might work better under. Yeah, I'm going to fold it under. Try and get this edge somewhat sharp. I think if I do it under, I can get it a crisper edge. Yeah. I think this is making sense. Some days I just do not know. Brain's not working right today. I wasn't ready to eat dinner, so I told them to just go ahead and get something without me. And I'm going to eat some chicken and rice or something later. Where am I putting this? Up a little higher. Like right about here. Hope I can get that hole in there. I wasn't going to glue it before I put the hole. I think I can. I might have to fix that edge just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and throw that hole in there. I should have done it already. Where's my crocodile? Crocodile. Buried you. Put your hole first, because then you got to fight with it. I can't see because of the light. Light. There. Get the little thing out. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Alright, so I just need to secure this a little bit better under there. It's not quite to the edge. The better it is at being right on the edge, the better it'll fold. Okay, I think that's feasible. Sure it's not wet, otherwise it'll glue closed on me. I could throw another piece of fabric over it. No, I'm not gonna. It's just too much bulk. I'm gonna just throw some powder on it. Once it dries, it's probably fine, but it is just a tad bit wet right now, so I'm just gonna throw a little bit of powder on there, just in case that glue wants to be sticky on me. Alright, that should be fine. Alright, so then we're gonna throw these on there. I can hit the whole close up leg. That way you can still see the back a little bit. Plus you could take it off. You could open the brad. I wouldn't open it too many times because you know how brads are. You open them, close them. They tend to start to snap. But if y'all are like me, you probably have brads. So if that happened, you could just replace it. That'll be fine. This leg is cooperating. There. All right, that works. Could have rounded that, but I don't think it's a big deal. So then you can see both sides. They're kind of wiggly. You can move them around. I think that works. What do you think? Good enough? It's you know, interactive. There's the word. An interactive element. Don't want to throw something on there. Like all these scrap pieces floating around up here. I don't know. I don't see one the right color. I'll probably just leave it. I've got string. What do I have for string? Some twine, maybe? I don't know. Do y'all think it needs anything? I always feel like it's an empty hole. It needs filled. We gotta put something in there. Alright, that's good. So that's that page. Should I do the other one too, or should I just do it off camera? It really didn't take that long, I guess. first, figure out where they need to be. Hey, Angela. To get where I can, no. You can't see it because there's something in the hole. You always have to like squish your handle a couple times to get the little piece to fall out. I'll go ahead and do it this time because then I'll have to fight with it. Alright. Oh, pieces fell out that time. Where'd it go? Alright, where's that fabric? Where are you? You're here somewhere. There you are. Okay, piece of fabric. I don't know if one side's better than the other. No, it's about the same. Okay, we'll go there. Pretty much on that line. Move this out of the way. Stay. Trying to get the frayed edge just go in there. Is that straight? Not too bad. Okay. I'm just using like the heat from my finger rubbing it to give it a crease. Works pretty well. All right, and then we figure out which side that glue is on before I do it wrong. All right, so glue is on this side. Don't get the glue on there. Some sort of noisy plane. All right, let's see. All right, we'll fight with you in a minute. Try to see where I need to be. I think it was about there. I knew that piece was going to fold over. Try and be conscious of how much glue so I ooze. Don't want to ooze too much. All right, there. Good, good. Guys, put this in here for a second. And I think that works okay. What do you think? Cool. So thank you, Lori. She usually catches the replay. It's a different Lori than you. It's a Lori, Lori. I don't know her last name. I can't remember. She's the one that got my Orchids and Cats journal. There. Cute. I am good with that. All right. These are here somewhere. These in here. And let's see. You think that Fabri-Tac dry? Okay. Let me look. Probably is. It dries relatively fast. All right, so whose is whose? This is Dawn's, and this is Bonnie. So Bonnie goes in here. Yeah. All right. I'm sure it's probably fine. Yep, it's good. All right, there's that. Yeah, Bonnie's. And Dawn's. There's a piece of cardboard there. There it is. Cool. Alrighty, there's that. That step done. Let's see, what else did I have? So the only thing I did, I think, when I wasn't with y'all is I added a few stencils. This was off of an essential stencil, fairy stencil set, little mushroom. And I just put a few things randomly on some pages. Try to see where they are. I don't even know. Must be in the other signatures. Right. Okay. More room. No room. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I was gonna do this little envelope things. Talking to myself, guys. All right, let's see. I did this little element, also from the fairy set. It's like a little lantern with a flower. Added that. Just, you know, a little touch to the page. So that. Added this dragonfly. This was a folk arts stencil. This one here. I got it for $1, so it was clearance. It used to be $4.49. I got it for $1, so they may not even have these anymore. But that's the one it is. I'll put it in the description of my YouTube just in case they still have it, but I doubt they do. And what else? Anything else? I know there's another page with a mushroom or something. Up there. A little mushroom there. Still gotta figure out that tag. Alright. I think that was it. There's a dragonfly on both of them. They're, I think almost the same. They're really, really, really close. It's a stencil, so, you know, sometimes they're slightly different. And then this one had this, the little fairy lantern thing somewhere, and there's nothing in that one. There's a little mushroom. These are getting really full, guys. Another little mushroom. And I know there's a dragonfly in here somewhere. There it is. Oh, that's the lantern. That's her lantern. It's a little bit different than the other one. Oh, there he is. And that's the dragonfly. So those are the elements I added off camera. Alright, so what did I want to do? I wanted to add a charm, and I have just like lace on the edges. And then I have these little envelopes. I was thinking about sticking them somewhere. So they're just little envelopes that you make you take a piece of paper. Okay, this one's like 6 by 3. You find your center, you pull them together like that, okay, and then you fold just below that, like a 1/16 of an inch, okay, and then you fold the bottom up to that, just below that, okay. I put a little notch in some of them I don't, and they're just little like envelope fold out thingies. You can journal on them, you can close them up on the sides and turn them into a envelope and throw things in them. Whatever you want, but I thought I grabbed a few that I had. I thought I might find some spots for them. I was going to see if I could find any spot that just kind of needs something, you know. This is Bonnie's. I don't know how to put anything there. I never did fold that in. That's supposed to be a tuck. I kind of left it. I guess I could glue it. It wouldn't give you much room to tuck much because it'd be toward the inside, which isn't ideal. I think I'll glue it. I was debating. So it'll be a little tuck of some sort. You could put something small in there. Well, something narrow. Should I have, hold on. I wasn't gonna, but I think I will. I'll just put a little notch there. This makes it a little more obvious. I'm sure it's dried already. All right, there. Just a little tuck. Yeah, something can go in there. I don't know what. Y'all can figure that out. Okay. Where can I put one of these little envelopes? These are getting so full. Really too short for that spot. Not ideal. So yeah, these belly bands, you can throw whatever you want behind them. Could be a letter, you know, brochures. Usually things are a little more bulk to them. There's a nice blank spot there, and there's a blank spot here. So maybe there. So I really don't have anything else I'm going to be adding. Let's see which colors look good. I had some green ones too. Where? I think it was green. This little green one. Kind of matches out a little bit. What do you think? After this flower one. I got lots of these little envelopes. So I'm just going to stick it in. Debate which side I want. I think I'm going to stick it toward the top. You know, I could just put it kind of sideways. And then it's just a little like fold out journaling spot. Do you have preference? Is this, I think this is Bonnie's. Yeah, this is yours, Bonnie. Do you like a particular color? Floral, green, we'll call this green, or grunge. I don't care. I have lots to choose from. I've got even more than that. They're floating all over the place. So, you know, you think about that real quick. Let me look at Dawn's and see where I can stick one in hers while I'm waiting for you to answer. Get my lid back on my glue. Grunge? Oh, surprising. Okay. Grunge it is. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to put it sideways. I think I kind of like it sideways. You could always throw a sticker down there or something, or another stamp. So, debating. Sometimes I close this off and sometimes I don't. If you don't, then you can fold it out and journal all over the whole thing. I'm going to leave it, but y'all can glue these shut, okay? You can glue them shut so it's more solid. Or you can leave it like it is. Either way is just fine. But I'll go ahead and ink it just a little bit. Give it some character. But like I said, they can be completely turned into a closed envelope. That is fine too. I kind of like them as a little journaling spot. You know, throw some pictures down here or whatever, tickets or whatever from wherever you went. Things like that. And I'm just going to glue it just on this spot here. So I'm going to figure out where it opens best. It's okay. Where's my signature? There it is, way over there. I just want to make sure I'm not in the signature or anything. That's fine, that's fine. All right, I think I'm good with it about right there. Put me a dot. Just so I kind of know. And I'm just going to glue them, not too crazily. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on there. Just enough to stick it. Line up my little dots. There. So, just a little something extra. And then I have labels. Can always throw a little label on it that says something fun. Trying to see which sizes. I've got a couple of different sizes. So if I put one of these on here, let's see, what has this page got? This page has got like a little flower, butterfly, bee, dragonfly, daydream, garden, imagine, nature, autumn, explore. There's so many words. Fauna, peaceful, meadow, earthy, sunshine, explore, notes, beautiful, blooming spring. So any of these small words. I'm just going to cut one out, show you what it looks like. Hi, Deborah. So put it like just on top there, just to give it a little something. Or I can leave it blank. What do you think? You want a word? Bonnie? Do you have a word you like? Not these big words, they're too long. But the little words. Alright, you think about that. I still need to find out where I'm going to put this for Dawn. Somewhere. Scooch over. Scooch over, scooch over, scooch over. Stay. Oh, that's yours. Let's just move that back there. See if I can find a spot in Dawn's. I don't know if I have that same spot. Possibly. Oh, I do. Awesome. That makes it easy. Some of the things are the same, some are not. All right, so Dawn, are you still awake? Still with us? Dawn. See if she's still awake. If you're still awake, sweetie. If not, I'll wait to glue yours in later. Color-wise, your flower on this is blue. Your thing is green. And then, of course, we've got grunge. Grunge. Or a more solid grunge. We've got floral. I'm assuming you're going to pick grunge too, but I just don't know which one of these maybe. Either one would be fine. So I'm going to stick these on yours and you can tell me later in case you're not awake. And also a word. Just pick a word if you want a word to go on there. I'm just going to stick this here and y'all can screenshot or something. I can always add the words later. Okay, so there's that. Let's work on the dangle. I'm gonna wait for you to figure out a word because I don't think you replied. Let me look. Grunge, dream. Oh, she said dream. Okay. Dream, 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 dream. Daydream? Is there another dream? Daydream. I don't see a plain dream, right? No. Okay. Assume daydream. I printed these so close when I made this. I should have gave myself a little more room. I think if I did it again, I would give myself a little more room between the words. That way, if you want to tear them, you can tear them. Because the way they are right now, I can't tear them. They're too close. Right, Blossom, you go over there. All right. I didn't see dream. I don't know. I don't think I'm missing it. I think it's just not there. Tweezers. Try to get it somewhat centered. There. Just a little something. Okay, that's cute. Good with that. Alright, I think that was it as far as things that need done, other than adding elements to the edges. So here's what I was going to do. On the edges, let's see if I have them. Is this the pile? Yeah, I think that's the pile. So, do you all want, and this is totally optional, where is my lid? Oh, there it is. Do you all want, do y'all want laces and fabrics and edge elements to some of the pages? They won't work on all the pages, but so what I typically will do is just go through like a pile of stuff and then go through and see which ones are friendly for that. So like if I wanted to put just a little bit of lace there, put that there, so a little bit of lace, and then, you know, I just kind of go through and see what works on the pages, because like I said, it doesn't always work out depending on what I've done to them. So yes, well, I will probably do it offline, you know, because, well, not live, because it's going to take way too long. But I'll do a variety of laces depending on the colors of the pages. You just have to trust me on it. Like if there's maybe more pinks or something, I have a couple of pinks, and then I have some like avocado dyed that would work on pages like that. I think that color's good for that. And then even this green would work because of that green. It's a possibility. And then I also have like fabrics, if you're okay with fabrics. I have, you know, like the thing we just used on, you know, a page that it goes better on. Like this page, there's plenty of room there, so I could put fabric, or I could put these little dragonflies, or trying to see what else I have here. I've got this. This is technically a fall one, but the colors all match real well. It's got like leaves and acorns and a little bit of patchwork to it. Something like that. I have a little bit of honeycomb fabric floating around. So I don't care. Do you care? Yes, please. So just fabrics, laces, whatever I choose. Oh, Dawn said hi. Well, no. Yes. No. Somebody said hi to Dawn. I don't know if she's still here. I think she fell asleep. Yeah, I think she fell asleep. So, all right, I'll pick all those out with my stash and just make them pretty. Okay, so it'll just be a variety of whatever colors I have. Could be laces, could be fabrics, something. All right, so I will do that off camera. Let's work on the charm. I think I have time. We've got like an hour. I can at least get one charm done, I think, in an hour. So I'm going to set these aside and just grab the charm stuff. I'll grab one of the things. I don't think it's really necessary, but we'll grab one. All right, so charms. So you guys see what I have. I found some ribbon that I really liked on Amazon. I was honestly surprised. I was trying to find, I don't have any of the sari silk. I don't have any. I keep wanting to order some. I don't know if any of the girls like, I saw Jimmy Lou was on here earlier. I don't know if Jimmy Lou with Messy Craft Corner? Hold on. Yeah, Messy Craft Corner. I don't know if you sell sari silk, or if Shona with Fraps and Scraps does, maybe. Y'all have to let me know if there's anyone in the group, per se, that sells it. Otherwise, I'll just try to find some online from somebody. But I try to support y'all first. Trying to figure out all my stash here. Okay, so for... don't put that in that spot. My dangles, I've got some fabrics too, not this pink one. And I've got, so that ribbon I was talking about. So I found it on Amazon. It's called Ribley. It's Ribbly.com, Ribbli, but I got it on Amazon. I probably put it in my favorites, I'm guessing, but it's really soft. I really like it. I wasn't sure how it was going to feel, but I got this color pattern. They had a couple of colors. I like this one. It's got all these natural greens and stuff, but I don't know if you can kind of get a feel for it, but it's very cottony. So it's a cottony, it's not super thick. You can kind of see my fingers through there. It's not super thick. It's pretty strong. It's not weak. But I thought that would be good for doing like possibly ties or charms. And this is how it comes. So I've got some of that. But it's so soft. It's like fluffy. Anyway, so I'm going to use a little bit of that and a little bit of these. I've got just kind of a mixture of things here. Some fabrics, some of my smaller laces, and then just some twine. This is that twine thread stuff I got from my Goodwill. Oh, and this is that basketball hoop stuff. I still got a couple pieces of that left. And then, oh, here's the other twine. I don't know what it's called. I'm sure it's for maybe quilting or something. I don't know what it's for. It comes in these big old skeins. So, what do you call these things? These. I don't know what they're used for. Doesn't really say anything detail-wise. But whatever these are for, I've got them for practically nothing at Goodwill. So I'm going to use a little bit of that. Isn't it pretty? It's nice ribbon. So I've got a few pieces in here because these are great for tying things too. So I've got a few pieces of that. I've got some of this, like I said, basketball stuff. And then I made some charms out of the filled note sets. Some of these have holes, some do not. It doesn't have holes. These have holes. They're just like got the glossy accents on them. So they're a little thicker. So I'm going to throw a couple of those on there. And then I've got, I've kind of thought about going silver, but I don't have any silver hooks. I've got these color hooks. Although these are almost silver. They're like a kind of close to silver. They're antique-y pewter almost. And I wouldn't care, but I wish I had smaller ones. I have these. I was trying to find the smaller ones because I honestly prefer the little bit smaller size. See what I have left in here. And there's one more of those. But like I said, I just don't have silver. And the only reason I would even consider using silver is because my charms are silver. I found some charms on Amazon. This dragonfly, I'm going to give this dragonfly to you, Bonnie, because I gave Dawn the other one on her nature journal. So I'm going to get you have this one on yours. And then I've got these charms, and they're just random dragonflies, bees, and butterflies. So there's a lot of different types, but they're all silver. They're kind of antique silver a little bit, but not quite. So that's what I have to play with. So I think I'm debating on this. Let me see how it fits on my little. Because what I do is I fold this up and I loop my ribbons through here. I like doing that. It seems to work well. So I'm going to see how far down this hangs, because the bigger they are, the further down on the journal they hang, and that means you can't make it, where is the opening? You can't make it too, I have no strength. I'm trying to find the opening, there it is. You can't make it too long if I use the bigger hook. Which way? This way. So if I did that, that would mean it would start about there. So I could go about that deep. That's not terrible. Or I just use these two small ones and do this color instead. Which I might do. I want to see how well these fit on the eyelet. I feel like they fit a little bit better. Yeah, see, they're not so bulky. And you can't get just the small ones. These are Tim Holtz stuff. They come in a mixed pack. So I always end up with a bunch of the big ones and just a few small ones. But I'm going to use the small ones. I'm just going to pick, somebody gets a brown one, somebody gets a kind of silverish one. Doesn't really matter. There's just going to be a little bit of mixed colors is what it is. I'm just going to throw these back in here, the ones there. And then I need a, do I need a link? I don't think I need a link. I'm trying to remember if it's best if I put a link. I don't think it matters on this one. I think it's fine, just like it is. All right, let's not put a link. But we do need links for attaching these sometimes. We'll see. Most of them have decent holes. I probably don't need them. By links, I mean like jump rings. I think that dragonfly has a clasp. No, it doesn't. No clasp. We might add a clasp to it. I think I'm going to add a clasp to it because I like to put it at the top. I've got some clasps in here. Find one. A little lobster one. I know I have some. Small lobster. This is gold. I don't think I have any gold ones, but I might have an antique one. Looks like it's all silver. I thought I bought some. I'm imagining things. Looks like they're all silver. Oh, there they are. I did buy some. I thought I did. All right. I've almost used them all. All right, so we'll attach that to that. So it's just, that way it can be taken on and off. Not that it's a big deal, but. Okay. Right there. I find my little tools in here somewhere. Okay. Whew, I'm melting. Melting. Right, let me throw this on here real quick. I think it'll fit that loop. It's kind of big. Gosh, I need a magnifying glass. I'm getting to where I can't see anything, guys. I have to change out this reading prescription. Sorry, I gotta put this under the light for a second. Oh, I need to take off my rubber bands. The rubber bands are just so I can keep them in the can. I can't see the split. There's like a split that you have to find, and then you have to put your pliers on each side of the split, and then you turn it sideways. I can't see it though. Just bear with me while I do this under my light. you want to get it to where your little split is open. And we're going to see if this will fit on here. Will it go on there? It looks like a big jump ring. Might have to switch it out. Maybe I didn't get it big enough. Maybe. I have some other jump rings. I might switch it. If I can't. Pick it up. Oh, it goes. Okay. Just didn't have the hole big enough. I'm trying to get a hold of these. So you just want to turn it. You don't want to do it apart. It's hard to do on this one. Only turn sideways. Back to the point that you were. Did I get it? I think I did. Let me look at the light. Yep. Okay. So you just turn it back. There. Now it's got. So I can just hook it on the top section. That way it shows, because it's such a main element. But I gave Dawn one of these. This lobster claw better work. Is it me or is it the lobster claw? Hold on. It's not wanting to open. There it goes. It was stuck. Okay. So, and then you just stick it on. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm going to stick it on the top when we're done. All right, so that's what that's going to do. This I attach together, and then I feed all my pieces through. So I'm going to hook this to this. If I can find the end. These are a little bit bigger. It's so hard to see the darn split. I can't see it. I'll have a stronger light. I got like 4 lights around me and I still can't see nothing. Jeez. Alright, where are you, split? I know you're there. Jeez, it's so hard to see. It's so tiny. Well, there you go. Alright, so separate that. And we're just gonna stick it in there. Try to get a hold of it. Pull it back to the middle. Almost. Pull it back to the middle. Okay. Now I've got like a little loop. And that's where all my stuff's gonna go. I do it this way. People do it all different ways, guys. This is just the way I've been doing it because it works. All right, so I want some ribbons. So I said I probably have about 8 inches, maybe. Let's see, probably not 8. All right, let's see how far I have. So you gotta have room from that to that. So from here to the bottom, looks like. I'm gonna grab my ruler. It's maybe 7 inches. All right, so basically want 14-inch pieces, except for the ones that I'm going to tie with, and I do those a little bit longer. So let's just throw some tape on here to make life easier. Am I in screen? I think I'm in screen. Tape, 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 tape. Okay, we'll try to get this kind of sort of centered. We'll go from there to approximately there. All right, so we just need to figure out our ribbons and stuff. So I just want one of each of these. I like these for tying. So that's why they're longer. That way I have room to tie the knots. So somewhere about there. 2 of these colors. I'll probably separate them more than this, but I need to get them laid out. Some of this ribbon, this pretty ribbon. So these can be just 14 because they're just going to loop through once. I lost my scissors. There they are. All right. I'll probably do Let's do like one of each color maybe. Maybe two, we'll see. Let's start with one. This color. Where is it? There it is. This is like a cream. Ivory cream, whatever we'll call it. And then some of this Tim Holtz stuff. I just grabbed some things earlier today. Maybe one of these muslins. Approximately there. I will trim them all off later so that they're the right length, but we're just getting them close now. And then this green, I think I want this green. Oh, that's a weird one. Some of these are just, they're scraps, so don't grab your string. Stay string. Oh, I don't know which one that is now. Hold on. I think I grabbed one of the others. Grab the end of it. Okay. Stay. Some of this. About there. We'll do one of these dragonflies. I know I have a couple of these. I tried to pick colors that I thought would look okay with the cover. I don't know if I want to do white, because there is some white in here. Maybe. This is kind of bulky. Oh, it's not terrible. I think I have a flatter one. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, there it is. This one's got like a weird ridge to it. Here's the flatter one. Figure out where the opening is. If I don't finish, I'll do it off camera, but I'm going to try to get it at least done. This is from Merchant 41. Is it Michael's or Hobby Lobby? Hobby Lobby. There's a little bit of white in there. On the daisies are white. These little daisies are white. These are kind of white. There's a little bit of white. Not a lot. I like this one, it's thinner. Approximately there. And what else do we got here? Maybe one of these creams. Cream laces. It's a little thicker, but that's okay. Okay. That should be sufficient. Let's see what that looks like, if it's bulky enough. If not, I'll add more. All right, and then what I do is I decide what color I want on the outside. Okay, so I'm gonna look at the different colors I have. I'm probably gonna go with this Tim Holtz one. Unless you like something different, Bonnie. This one's yours. So these are our colors. There's two greens here, if I can separate them. Okay. So something will be on the outside, and you want it to match, but honestly, any of these will match just fine, probably. I do also have that fabric, if you wanted me to throw that fabric on the outside. I could tear off a piece of that real quick. Are you here, Bonnie? I think you're here. I was leaning toward either one of the, like the dragonflies, like the darker green, because you've got this dark green ribbon, or maybe the same color as your cover, or the maybe the Tim Holtz one on the outside piece. It's not a huge deal because they kind of all mix together as you make it. Where's that fabric? Hold on. I gotta put my mic on. You're here? Oh, okay, green. So, green dragonfly green or green solid smaller piece green? I might add one of these anyway. I don't have any of this piece shredded yet. Just gonna tear off a piece real quick. Of course it won't be flat because I don't have time to spray it. I'll try and do it on my table. Sometimes you can roll it on the side of your table and get it to flatten. Alright, I'm going to spray it. I'm just going to spray it. It's not cooperating. I'm sorry, I know I'm off camera. I'm just flattening out this piece I just tore off. There. I just wanted to throw a piece of this in there. Any green? Okay. Any green it is. Alright, so we'll do the dragonfly one just because it's bigger. And I think it will be easier to feed it in. It's a little bit wider. So I'm going to start with it on the bottom. So I'm going to flip it over. Find my center, which should be 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it should be right there. And sorry, I'm just trying to find some tape. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just layer. So I'll do a piece of that and then something lighter. So maybe this. And then I'm going to glue them at the middle. And I only glue them just a little. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. Just enough to hold it while I'm putting it together. Is it absolutely necessary? Probably not, but I find it works a little bit better. And then I want some string. I'm just going to do both of them. I'll do them a little bit separated, but they tend to separate anyway. Okay, and then let's see. Maybe this dark green again. And let's go with we'll go with the lace. And then with this, I'm gonna have to think about what's left, so I might not do this piece. Didn't like it. It was kind of uneven. I'm going to add another piece of this lighter green, I think. Okay. And then I'll do that string. Some more string. All right, string, stick. You only have to stick for a minute. get that one on the outside. Oops, still not sticking. I don't care if it sticks a lot, but it needs to stick enough that I can keep it together while I feed it through the hole. Stubborn. Alright, hopefully I didn't go through too thick. It's a little thick. Oops. There. We'll find out. So I want to do this one this way. Alright, let's see if we can get them together. And then what I want to do is attempt to get these through that hole. That's always the challenging part. It's not the best way to do it, but I could just wrap the chain around. If I have to, I'll pull it off and wrap it around, but because I can do that too. But usually I can get it through there. It requires a little bit of finagling, but let's see if it's small enough. I don't know if it's small enough or not. Maybe. Just have to get it started. Middle again. Okay. And then once we get it on the chain, figure out where about the center is. And we're going to tie that off with some string. Just use this one. Let's cut one more of these in a minute. Cut one later for Dawn's, so I'm stealing hers. And you can kind of start in the inside if you want, so the string doesn't show the tie, but I don't know if it really matters. Just kind of squish it all up in there, and I just hold it, leave enough to tie. So I just start wrapping it. Get it somewhat tight. There's some little threads in there. I can play with them later. We're going to tie. We're going to tie. A few times. I don't know how many is necessary. It doesn't take that many. We're going to tie it off. I usually just try to kind of feed it toward the inside a little bit if I find the middle. Alright, so then you end up with your bunch of stuff. Yeah, the more it's played with, the more it'll get, you know, fluffy and all that. But so there's our bunch, and then we got some things to tie. So we need to get to work tying stuff. So we have dragonflies, bees, little bees. Dragonfly. I think that's my favorite dragonfly. Some of these are kind of bulky. That one's really bulky. Probably won't use that one. But we have these dragonflies are cute. These two little ones. This bee's cute. This bee's cute. The butterflies, any of these smaller ones are probably best. I took a picture of these, but I never posted it. I meant to post it and have you guys look at them, but it's okay. We'll make it work. Trying to find the butterflies. Here's a pretty butterfly. You haven't? Bonnie said she's never seen me do this part. It's a little process, you know. There's a teeny little bee. So, let's see. We got this dragonfly, this dragonfly, this dragonfly. I don't know if I want to go with the bigger dragonflies. It's kind of a small space, so probably not too many bigger ones. Let's go with the smaller ones. Let's see what else we got. Do I have one of those? I have one of those already. There's like 3 each of everything. There's a little dragonfly. And so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 butterflies, 3 dragonflies. I don't know about that bee. It seems a little big. This bee. Got this type of bee. That one's cute. There's a butterfly I don't have. What's this one? Oh, this one's pretty. Oh, wait, if I can pick it up. It's a pretty little dragonfly. I'll show you it. I'll try to show you these up close. I think that's good variety. I can't do too many, so that's good variety. Let's see if there's any better looking butterflies I've missed. I think I have that one. Where are my tweezers? Throwing them. Debating which ones I like the best. That's pretty much the same as that one, but a little bit bigger. Go with the bigger one. I think that's pretty much it, design-wise. Right, so I'll try to show you these a little bit. Let me see what I can put them on. I can put them on paper plate. So you can kind of see, because I know you can't see. Did I say, I think I said that was too big. That's a bee, that's a bee. Some of these dragonflies are really pretty. They've got like spirals and stuff. So we're going to try to tie all these on there. I say try because I don't know how long it'll take me. I might tie more after. Any more bees? Let's see if there's any more bees. What's that bee? Is that a bee? Oh. No, I might have to go with that big one. I feel like there was one more bee, but I don't remember. Do I have that one? No. Okay. Here's what we have. Can you see them? Like, I think that one's really pretty. It's got like a little spirally. Trying to get the light to hit it right. It's not cooperating. Little spiral things on it. Designs. But they're all pretty. Alright, so we're going to tie those on. I'll do Dawn's off camera. So what I like to do figure out spots to put them. I could add a jump ring, but it's really not necessary. I'm just gonna try and tie them. So just put one there. We'll double knot it so it doesn't move up and down the line. Could also glue it, but I'm just gonna double knot it. And then, so there's a bee. Let's do a butterfly. Here. And I'm just watching my length. I don't want to go too far down. And I'm just going to double check this length real quick. Some chances are I might have to trim it just a little bit. Let me just see where it's hanging. I don't want to tie anything too low. So I have to, no, I've got plenty of room. We're good. All right, awesome. So as long as I don't go past any of that other stuff, I'm good. All right, let's see, one more on here. Let's do this. It's the smallest little, maybe one of these little butterflies or dragonfly. Let me see, is there a smaller one? I don't have any beads. I meant to grab some beads. I should grab some beads. Let me see if there's a tiny butterfly in this. There's one. What's that one look like? Nope, already have it. Oh, maybe not. All right, that's fine. We'll put this one. I wonder where my beads are. Good question. I usually will include a little mixture of beads. So, I don't think they're here. No. There's got to be a whole other container. Is this it? I think this is it. There we go. Throw a couple of beads on there. Debating if the seed bead is big enough. Do the seed bead. Is it high? A couple of those maybe. Don't have a lot of beads. Oh my goodness, go on, lid. I have, like these kind of beads, but I don't have very many of them. I keep saying I'm going to buy more, but I haven't. I don't see any hidden in there. I have a set of green and beige ones, but they're clay or something, and they kept breaking every time I tried to tie them on. So I quit using them because I don't like them. I have enough that I can use a couple of these. And my Donalds will get a couple too. Oh, why is my glue out? Put your pen in your glue, girl. There. All right, we'll throw a couple of these in there. I think I can fit them on the string. We'll find out in a second if I can or I can't. I might have to throw some glue on the end of it, but which I just closed up. have a wire too for feeding these, but if I can do it without the wire, then I'll do it without the wire, but I don't know if I can or not. I'll try to get some glue on some of these. I'm just throwing a little drop on there and then turning it in the direction that these are woven, because they close one way and they open the other way, so you gotta kind of figure out which way the twist is. Right there. That's good. So I think on the next one I'll do just one of the green ones. Try to do a couple of beads. See if we can feed them in there. What do you think? Will it work? I can't even see the hole. It might work if you could see it and hold it the right way. Seems like it would, but I can't seem to hit the hole. Okay, maybe not. Where's my wire? Okay. These are really small holes. Oh my goodness, I can't even hold on to this thing, it's so small. Maybe I can't do the seed beads. I'll fight with it so much and then I'll give up. Yeah, I can't even get the wire through it. Alright, maybe not. Are these bigger? They look bigger. Oh, they are a little bit bigger. Alright, we'll do the white ones. So you put the wire through there, then you put the thread, if you can get the hole big enough. Thread through that hole, and you pull it through. Alright, so we got a seed bead. We're just going to tie it once, I think, just to give it a little variation. And then we'll do one of these dragonflies. Maybe about there. Okay, and let's do another seed bead. Fight with my wire again. So this is just this is literally the wire that you get from ribbon. You know how some ribbon is wired? I had taken some of that wire out to use the ribbon as a non-wired ribbon, and that's where this little thin wire came from. So I just fold it in half, stick it through the bead, and use it like a needle threader thing. It's a little better than the needle threader I found, so that's why I started using it. Alright, another seed bead, maybe about there, and then let's do butterfly. Butterfly, make sure my length's still okay. Cute. And I'll trim this after. Alright, so there's that one. Another one. Got glue on that? I do. Let's see. You think I can get it through there? Without it? Ooh, I did. Yeah, those, for whatever reason, are small. I don't know why. It's supposed to be the same. Thought they were all the same. I guess not. Do this little bee. Okay, and then bead. Probably should have poured more of these out. I like the little beads in between. I think it looks a little bit better. And then let's go with the dragonfly, maybe. Go with the dragonfly. Okay, and they're just gonna end up, you know, mixed in there. Kind of jingly. I like jingly. That's my tie. I'm gonna cut that one off because it's confusing me. It's just where I tied the top. Where's my other greens? They're in here somewhere. They're all trying to come out one side. There, I found it. Okay. Are these glued? Nope. Should use one of those. Throw one in the middle somewhere. Oh, come on. There. It's a little tedious feeding all these on. It's time consuming. It doesn't bother me. It's just time consuming. I say tedious, and that doesn't seem like the right word because I don't really find it tedious. I just find it takes up time. What shall we use? Oh yeah, we got 1, 2, 3 of those left. We got a lot of butterflies left. Guess we'll use butterflies. We'll do a butterfly and then one of those green beads and then maybe another butterfly. Let's go with, we'll do the bee. We'll do the bee instead. Well, I had it in the hole and then I pulled it right back out. Right, about there. And then we'll do one more bead to close it off. Checking the height. This bottom bead I'll tie twice. Get my finger in there. Glue on my finger. Driving me crazy. Okay, make sure it's not too long. Nope, we're good. Okay, where's the other one? Alright, let's see. We have... let's go with this one. One. And then running out of strings. I still have quite a few. I have a few strings left, so we'll do 2 on this one. I think there are a lot of them on the other side. All right, close this one off. Just leave it there. And then, where are these from? There they are. Let's do one of the gray ones. It's not glued. Probably put the lid on that. Where's the pen? Okay. Is that the one I glued? I think so. Yep. Okay. I don't know what that noise was. We're almost out of time, guys. One of those. Let's go with the bigger one. I think I'm going to finish off with this. That's enough charms. Just finish those 2 on here and we'll be good. Do one, the green one in the middle. Just do it there, just checking my length. I might put one of these somewhere else. Let's put the bee. We'll put that little last butterfly somewhere. I like the noise. It's kind of jingly. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what we got left. All right, we'll put one on one of these. Do I have any more of those beads? One go blue? Yeah. Okay. All right, one of those. A little butterfly. This one's on the side. Most of them are on the top, but this one's on the side. Go around. Oh my goodness. And one more bead. Oh, my tummy's gurgling. It's like, feed me. Wow, you totally missed it. Good job. Okay. So, now we have very dingly, and the more it kind of wrinkles up, I think it looks better, but it always starts out kind of neat. But let's see. Try to show you what's going on here. So we just got, random charms in here floating around. They might tangle a little bit, but it should be fine. Okay. I like the combination because it's soft, but it's got, texture and stuff too. I'm going to try to get these strings to lay flat. Make sure they're not tangled. And then once I get them all down, then I'm going to pull that one off because that's just a frayed edge. I didn't glue any of these edges or anything. I'm just going to, they'll fray a little bit naturally. Not a big deal. And I'm just going to trim the bottoms. So I'm just going to try and get it to lay right and trim off all these. Like that. These might fray a little, this thing, but it's got a knot that, up it, so it won't matter. Alright, I think we're good. Just trying to get these random pieces. Alright, I like it. So then, just have to hook it onto that and close it. There we go. Fits perfectly. I like that the charms are pretty visible, so you can see them all. Alright, there we go. Here is your dangle. Dawn's will be very similar. I'll do it off camera. It's fun. Alright, that is it. Oh, we forgot your dragonfly. Hold on. Let me get your dragonfly on there. I don't want to miss him. He goes on the top because he's the main feature. He's a little main feature. There he goes. So he's just going to sit like that. See? Can you see him? Is that cute? So having that dragonfly fabric on there works out because it matches. Cute. Alright. That's it, guys. That is our live. I will... what am I doing? I don't even know. I'll have to let you know. I'm going to start, I have some stencils to do and stuff, so I will be doing some more days with that, just because I agreed to promote some. And then I'm going to start a new journal, and it's going to be bees and something. I haven't quite decided. It'll be most likely bees and blooms, or bees and floral, or bees and butterflies, excuse me, or something like that. I don't know, something like that. So that'll be the next journal, because I have a whole bunch of bee fabric I want to use. So I want to use that because I'm trying not to buy too many supplies because we're broke. So and that will be, what is today? Friday? Yeah, Friday. That'll be Wednesday. And then, there'll be Wednesdays and Fridays for the journaling, and then whatever days I decide to throw in for stenciling. Stenciling and transfers will be just whatever days I'm free, honestly. I don't even know right now, because my schedule is so crazy, because Dave's schedule is crazy, and it's hard to plan around that, but we will make it work, and I will see you guys, on Wednesday, probably, unless I come in on a Monday for stenciling. Okay? That's what I'm going to lean toward right now. Alright, I'm glad you like the fabric, Angela. It's pretty, isn't it? Alright, y'all take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.